The idea of a perfect, always-on employee is it's no longer some concept for the distant future. It's really here.
It is.
I mean, imagine an assistant who never misses a detail, knows a client's history instantly, and handles your calendar flawlessly any hour of the day.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving deep into the architecture that makes this automated perfection actually possible. And what's amazing is how affordable it is. You can run this for less than $50 a month.
Welcome back. So in our last discussion, we set up the voice, right? We use VAPI. And we built the external memory in Google Sheets. So the AI can talk, it sounds great, but it can't actually do anything yet.
It has no hands.
Exactly. Our mission today is to build the muscles. We're building the logical pathways that the AI uses to interact with the world. We need to turn VAPI from just a chatbot into a competent administrative assistant.
So we're connecting the brain to the body. And the core tool for this logic, you're saying, is n8n, which kind of lets us draw out these complex flowcharts.
Exactly. It's the central switchboard. We have to securely connect VAPI to our Google Calendar and our Google Sheets. And in doing that, we're going to design 7 very specific tools that the assistant can use reliably.
Okay, so let's start with that central nervous system first. If VAPI is going to talk to n8n, we can't just, open the floodgates to the entire internet. We need a secure single entry point.
Absolutely. The security and the routing. You have to get that right from minute one. And in n8n, this starts with one specific piece, and it's non-negotiable for this use case. It's called the MCP Server Trigger node.
The MCP Server Trigger. Okay, why that specific node? Why not just a standard webhook or something simpler?
Because it's designed to be a router. Think of it this way. We want the AI to knock on this single main door whenever it needs help, whether that's looking up a client, checking a calendar, or deleting an appointment.
Okay.
This one node is going to direct all that traffic. It's the gateway to all 7 tools we're about to build.
And the authentication piece. This is where we put the bouncer at that main door.
Precisely. You have to go into n8n settings and create an API key. That key is the secret password. When the AI makes a request, it has to show that key.
And if it doesn't?
If it doesn't, or if the key's wrong, the request just gets dropped.
Yeah.
It makes sure that only your VAPI assistant can get to your calendar and client data, not some random bot on the internet.
So the MCP trigger and the API key, that's our secure front door. Without that, the whole thing is just vulnerable.
That's right. It routes requests securely. It's the main door and the security guard, all in one.
Okay, so once the AI has permission to come inside, the very first thing any good assistant does is recognize who's calling. So that brings us to client identification, tools 1 and 2.
Yes. And the customer experience really hinges on this. I mean, if the AI asks for your name and email, but you've been a client for 3 years, it feels broken.
Yeah, impersonal. So how fast can we really pull that data from a Google Sheet? I mean, we are relying on a pretty simple CRM here.
Well, that simplicity is actually the benefit for rapid automation projects like this. You're not spinning up a whole complex database. We use tool 1, client lookup.
Okay.
The AI gets the customer's email address, and this tool immediately just hits the client's tab in that Google Sheet.
And the logic is pretty straightforward.
It's almost binary. If the email is found, the output is rich. It says customer found. Maybe it even pulls their last service date. If nothing's found, the output is just as clear. This is a new client.
But relying on a Google Sheet, I mean, while it's free and accessible, does that ever become a bottleneck?
No.
What if a business scales to, say, 10,000 clients? Does that simplicity suddenly become a liability?
That's an excellent question on scalability. And for the vast majority of small to medium businesses, the sheet is plenty fast.
Really?
Yeah. Simple sheets provide persistent, accessible, and free memory storage. You can't beat that for speed of deployment. If you hit 50,000 clients, sure, you'd migrate to a proper database, but the logic inside the n8n would barely change.
That makes sense. Start simple, scale when you need to. So if they are a new client, we have to grab that data. That's tool 2, new client CRM.
Exactly. So if the lookup fails, VAPI just prompts the client for their details, sends that info to the new client tool, and we use the Google Sheets node, specifically the append action, to add a new row. It just adds the email, full name, phone number, right to the client's tab.
And that's how you build the memory.
This is how persistent memory is built, in milliseconds. So the next time they call, the AI knows them. That seamless handoff between tool 1 and tool 2. That's the core of it.
Okay, now we get to the core function, checking availability and actually booking the appointment. This is where we touch the Google Calendar, which for a lot of companies is, their most protected asset.
This is the real execution. It's handled by tools 3 and 4. So tool 3 is check availability. This tool requires the AI to send a really specific search window, say from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Seat window.
A very tight window. We use the Google Calendar node called Get Many Events.
Ugh.
It just returns a list of all the busy blocks of time.
Okay.
Now, here's the clever part. If that list comes back empty, the AI knows the entire search window is free. It can just offer those slots. It doesn't have to parse a bunch of little openings.
Whoa. Imagine scaling that to 1 billion queries, just handled instantly by a system using that simple logic. That's incredible efficiency. You avoid all that human back and forth.
Right.
So once the AI confirms a time with the client, we move to tool 4, book event.
This is the critical execution step. It needs a few inputs. The exact start and end times, the client's email, and a summary, something like deluxe exterior wash.
And it just creates the event.
It creates the event on the Google Calendar, but then there's a crucial accountability step right after. We immediately log a new row in a separate appointment log sheet.
Why a separate log? I mean, isn't the event already on the calendar?
It is, but the sheet has to capture one specific piece of data that a human would never remember, and that's the unique calendar event ID.
Ah.
The Google Calendar API generates this unique identifier when the event is created. We have to log that ID in our sheet instantly.
So that calendar event ID, it's not just a receipt. It's the required ticket that the AI needs to interact with Google's API later on. It feels like if that sheet ever loses that ID, the whole modification system just breaks.
Exactly. That event ID acts like the required ticket number for any future modification or cancellation. We've automated the booking, sure, but we've also automated the ability to manage it.
Which leads us right into the inevitability of change. Plans shift. A smart assistant has to handle that, which means it needs that ticket number.
Right. And we use 3 separate tools for this, which creates 3 distinct safety nets. Tool 5 is Lookup Appointment. Before we change a thing, we use the customer's email to search our log and get that event ID. No ID, no changes allowed.
And if we have the ID, we can reschedule with Tool 6, Update Appointment.
Yep. We feed the system the event ID, the new start time, the new end time. It updates the calendar event, and then right away it updates the log in our Google Sheet. Marks the old time as moved or something.
So you have a clear paper trail.
You have a perfect audit trail. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself, where an AI starts kind of veering off course in a long conversation. Having these structured tools, it just removes so much uncertainty. The AI doesn't have to figure out how to change a meeting. It just runs Tool 6.
And for cancellations, we have the cleanup crew, Tool 7, Delete Appointment.
Right. Takes the event ID, deletes the event from the calendar, and marks the log entry in Google Sheets as canceled. This structured logic ensures accurate changes because nothing can be edited without that event ID.
Okay, so we've built the muscle in n8n. We have the secure logic, the 7 tools. Now we have to connect the brain, VAPI, to the muscle, n8n, to actually make it live. This is often where things get a little technically tricky.
It's really just a 2-part technical handshake. Find the right URL, and then secure the connection. First, you copy the production URL from that very first n8n node we set up, the MCP Server Trigger. That's the address for the front door.
And then we tell VAPI where to find this automation.
Right. You go into the API's Tools tab, you paste that URL into the server URL box, and then we set up that security bridge with the API key.
And I noticed this requires setting up a security header. Why is that so important? Why not just put the key in the URL or something?
Using a header is just the standardized, secure way to pass these kinds of authentication tokens. So you create a new header. The key is authorization. The value is the word bearer, then a space. And then you paste in that long n8n API key.
Okay.
That structure is how VAPI proves its identity to n8n.
And you mentioned one more technical detail that can dramatically affect the user experience, something about speed.
Yes. In VPI, look for a setting called Client-Server Communication, and you have to enable Server-Sent Events, or SSE.
For everyone listening, why does SSE make such a huge difference to the customer on the other end of the phone?
So, without SSE, VAPI has to keep asking n8n, are you done yet? Are you done yet? It's called polling.
Right.
With SSE, as soon as n8n is done, it pushes the result back to VAPI. I'm done. It completely removes that frustrating delay.
Yeah.
SSE is a crucial technical detail that just makes the AI voice receptionist respond much faster.
It feels instant.
It makes the whole call feel instantaneous and professional.
Okay, before we unleash this on the world, we have to test it rigorously. What's the testing roadmap here before we flip the switch?
You had to be the first customer, and there are 3 primary tests to confirm the data is flowing right.
Okay.
Test 1. The new customer. Call the number, pretend you're John Doe, use a throwaway email. Then check the sheet. Did a new row actually appear in the Clients tab? That confirms Tool 2 is working.
Then you test the main function, the booking.
Test 2, the booking. Exactly. Call back, ask to book a service, then check 2 things. Did the event show up on your Google Calendar? And, more importantly, did it log in the appointment sheet with the event ID? If that ID is missing, the booking is fundamentally broken.
And finally, we have to verify the modification tools, which all depend on that ID.
Test 3, the change. You got it. Call back as that same client. Ask to move the appointment from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then verify, did the calendar event move? And did the log sheet update its status? You have to confirm all 3 of those pieces.
And one last thing, that latency. Even if it's just a second and a half while n8n is processing, that silence can feel really awkward to a customer. It feels broken.
You have to anticipate that delay. And the fix isn't technical, it's conversational. You have to go back and adjust the system prompt in VAPI.
Ah, so you teach the AI to fill the silence.
Exactly. You teach it to say something like, let me just process that real quick, or, okay, checking those times for you now.
So it's not just technical verification. Teaching the AI to fill the silence during execution is really just about managing customer expectations.
That's all it is. The prompts have to manage expectations during that brief delay. It keeps the customer engaged and confident that the system didn't just hang up on them.
Mid-roll sponsor read placeholder.
So if we just recap what we've built here today, it's a fully realized, integrated system. We've connected the brain and the muscle to create an AI receptionist that can manage calls instantly, identify clients, and manage a real Google Calendar without those little human errors.
And the cost equation is what really makes this a game changer for so many businesses.
The operational cost is staggering for the value you get. EAPI charges pennies a minute, right? Maybe $15 to $30 a month for a decent call volume.
Yeah.
n8n can be free, or maybe $20 for their cloud service. And Google Sheets and Calendar are already free.
So you're all in for.
We're talking about a total operational cost under $50 a month for a system that runs 247. This isn't just a tool. It's a genuine, competitive business asset that delivers quality service instantly.
That competitive advantage is profound. I mean, while your competitors are missing calls or putting clients on hold or just answering between 9 and 5, your business is always open, it's polite, and it's ready to serve.
Yeah, ready to execute.
You've created a zero-friction system, and the fundamental question that this level of automation raises for business survival is this. What level of 247 instantaneous service will consumers just come to expect? And how far behind will businesses be if they wait to automate this core function? That's a thought worth exploring on your own.